Some television series don't just tell a story, they leave behind emotions that stay with us long after the screen goes dark. In 1995, JAG became one of those unforgettable series. Military uniforms, fighter jets, courtroom battles, and strict military law were only the surface of the show. Beneath it all was something much deeper, the story of people who were willing to fight for justice, even when the truth came with a heavy price. The story of JAG centered on military lawyers working within the United States Navy. Their job was to investigate complicated cases, uncover the truth, and defend justice within the demanding world of military law. But finding the truth was never easy. Sometimes a single accusation could destroy a service member's career and change their entire life. Sometimes an accident could hide a shocking truth that threatened the careers, reputations, and futures of everyone involved. And sometimes standing up for justice meant going against military orders, powerful authorities, classified information, or even the interests of the country itself. That is what made JAG different. Because the question was never simply, who is guilty? The real question was, what is the truth? When a person risks their life serving their country, how should their mistakes be judged? When a soldier follows an order and something goes terribly wrong, who should be held responsible? And when duty and conscience stand on opposite sides, which one should a person choose? JAG explored these difficult questions through story after story. There were intense courtroom battles, dangerous military missions, investigations, and moments of genuine human emotion. We also saw people struggling with the personal cost of service, sacrificing relationships, family time, and personal happiness because duty always came first. That is why JAG was never just a military drama. It was a story about duty, honor, sacrifice, loyalty, and justice. In this world, victory did not always mean celebration. Sometimes proving the truth was the greatest victory of all, even when that truth came at the cost of a career, a relationship, or an entire life. For years, JAG took viewers inside a world where every decision had consequences, every case had a human story behind it, and every truth could carry a painful price. The series eventually came to an end, but its stories, its emotions, its unforgettable courtroom moments, and its powerful message about justice have never truly disappeared. And now, nearly 3 decades after JAG first arrived on television, it is time to look back at the series that captured the hearts of millions. JAG Cast, Then and Now, 2026.
David James Elliott was already working as an actor before JAG, appearing in Canadian television and several American shows after moving to Los Angeles. But in 1995, everything changed. At just 35 years old, Elliott became Harm Rabb Jr., the former Navy pilot turned military lawyer at the heart of JAG. For 10 seasons, he brought Harm to life as a man who believed in justice, duty, and doing the right thing, even when the truth was difficult to accept. Harm became one of the most recognizable faces of military television drama. His courtroom battles, dangerous missions, and complicated relationship with Mac became a major part of what made JAG so memorable. When JAG ended in 2005, Elliott didn't walk away from acting. He continued working in television and film, appearing in projects including CSI NY, GCB, Mad Men, Scorpion, and the film Trumbo. He also returned as Harm Rabb in NCIS Los Angeles in 2019, giving longtime JAG fans one more chance to see the character they had loved for so many years. And today, David James Elliott is still with us. Born on September 21, 1960, he is 65 years old in 2026 and continues to work as an actor. More than 30 decades after JAG began, Elliot may have moved far beyond Harm Rab, but for many fans, he will always be remembered as the man who made that character unforgettable.
Catherine Bell. Before her big break, Bell was working as a model and taking on small acting roles. In 1995, she even appeared briefly on JAG. But the following season, she returned as the character who would make her a household name, Sarah "Mac" Mackenzie. Mac was a tough and determined Marine lawyer who became one of the most important characters in the series. Her courtroom confidence, military discipline, and emotional strength made her a perfect partner for Harm, while their complicated relationship became one of JAG's biggest storylines. When JAG ended in 2005, Catherine Bell continued building a successful television career. She starred in Army Wives and later became widely known for playing Cassie Nightingale in Hallmark's The Good Witch movies and series. She also returned as Mac alongside David James Elliott in NCIS Los Angeles in 2019 and 2020, giving longtime JAG fans a nostalgic reunion with two characters they had never forgotten. And the good news is, Catherine Bell is still with us. Born on August 14, 1968, she is 58 years old in 2026 and remains active in the entertainment industry. After all these years, Catherine Bell may have played many different roles, but for JAG fans, she will always be remembered as Mac, the strong, fearless Marine lawyer who stood beside Harm and became a lasting part of the series' legacy. Before JAG made him a familiar face to millions of viewers, Patrick Laboratoire was already a working actor. He had started acting as a child and was known for roles in shows like Little House on the Prairie and films such as Heathers. Then came JAG. Patrick played Bud Roberts Jr., a young Navy officer who slowly grew into a respected JAG lawyer. Bud was loyal, hard-working, sometimes a little awkward, but always determined to prove himself. One of the most emotional moments in his storyline came when Bud was seriously injured in Afghanistan and lost his right leg. Instead of giving up, he fought through rehabilitation and continued serving. That journey made Bud one of the show's most inspiring characters. After JAG ended, Patrick continued working as an actor, writer, and producer. He also returned as Bud Roberts in NCIS and worked on projects including See Dad Run, which he created and executive produced with his wife, Tina Albanese. And the good news is, Patrick Laboratoire is still alive. Born July 22, 1965, he is 61 years old in 2026 and remains connected to the entertainment industry. For JAG fans, Patrick will always be remembered as Bud Roberts, the young officer who grew, struggled, survived, and proved that courage isn't about never falling, it's about finding the strength to stand again. Before JAG made him famous, John M. Jackson had already spent years working in television and film. He even appeared as a JAG officer in the 1992 movie A Few Good Men. Then, in 1996, he joined JAG as Rear Admiral A.J. Chegwidden, the tough but deeply loyal leader of the JAG team. His character could be strict and intimidating, but underneath that hard exterior was someone who genuinely cared about the people serving under him. For years, Chegwidden became one of the show's strongest authority figures. His presence brought discipline, experience, and sometimes even a fatherly sense of protection to the team. After leaving JAG, Jackson continued acting and later returned as A.J. Chegwidden in both NCIS and NCIS Los Angeles, giving fans another chance to see the character they remembered. And the good news is, John M. Jackson is still alive.
Born June 1, 1950, he turned 76 years old in June 2026. He has had a long career in television and film, and his portrayal of A.J. Chegwidden remains one of the most memorable parts of JAG. After all these years, the uniform may be gone, but for JAG fans, that commanding voice and unforgettable presence are still part of the show's legacy.
Before JAG made her a familiar face on television, Carrie Turner had trained as an actress and performed with the famous Groundlings comedy troupe in Los Angeles. In 1997, she joined JAG as Lieutenant Harriet Sims. Harriet brought warmth and humanity to a series filled with military pressure, courtroom battles, and serious drama. Her relationship with Bud Roberts became one of the show's most touching storylines, as the two built a family while dealing with the difficult realities of military life. Turner remained with JAG for 9 of its 10 seasons, appearing in more than 100 episodes. After the series ended, she continued taking acting roles in television and film, including appearances in The X-Files, Heroes, The Sarah Silverman Program, and Get Smart. She also became known for supporting American service members. Carrie Turner participated in multiple USO tours and performed for U.S. troops overseas, showing that her connection to the military community went beyond her role on television. And thankfully, Carrie Turner is still alive today. Born on December 21, 1966, she is 59 years old in 2026 and remains an actress, although she keeps much of her life away from the spotlight. For longtime JAG fans, she will always be remembered as Harriet Sims, the kind-hearted officer who brought a little warmth to a world filled with duty, danger, and sacrifice. By the time Scott Lawrence joined JAG, he had already been working as an actor for more than a decade, appearing in television shows and films during the late 1980s and 1990s. He also became known for providing the voice of Darth Vader in several Star Wars video games. In 2001, Lawrence joined JAG as Commander Sturgis Turner, a former submarine officer and skilled military lawyer. Sturgis was intelligent, disciplined, and confident, and his friendship and occasional rivalry with Harm added another layer to the series. After JAG ended in 2005, Lawrence continued building a busy career in television, film, and voice acting. He appeared in movies such as Avatar, The Social Network, and Star Trek Into Darkness, while also taking roles in shows including Unbelievable and The Lincoln Lawyer. And today, Scott Lawrence is still alive and working. In 2026, he appeared as Judge Lionel Stone in the 4th season of The Lincoln Lawyer. Born September 27, 1963, Scott Lawrence is 62 years old in 2026. For JAG fans, he will always be remembered as Sturgis Turner, the calm, intelligent officer who brought experience, discipline, and loyalty to the JAG team. Before joining JAG, Trevor Goddard had already built an unusual career. He had worked as a professional boxer and later moved into acting, appearing in television shows and films. In 1995, he gained major attention as Kano in Mortal Kombat. Then came JAG. From 1998 to 2001, Goddard played Lieutenant Commander Mick Brumby, a confident Australian Navy officer who became an important part of the story and created a memorable romantic complication involving Mac. He appeared in 42 episodes. Sadly, Trevor Goddard's life was cut short. He was found dead in his North Hollywood home on June 7, 2003, at just 40 years old. An autopsy later determined that his death was an accidental drug overdose. His final film appearance came in Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl, which was released after his death.
It has been more than 20 years since Trevor Goddard passed away, but his performances remain part of his legacy. For JAG fans, Mick Brumby remains one of the show's most memorable supporting characters.
Before joining JAG, Stephen Culp had already been working as a television and film actor, taking on smaller roles throughout the 1980s and 1990s. Then, in 1997, he became Clayton Webb, the mysterious CIA agent who repeatedly crossed paths with the JAG team. Webb brought something different to the series. He was intelligent, secretive, and difficult to read. Sometimes he was an ally, sometimes a source of trouble, and sometimes the man who seemed to know much more than he was willing to reveal. After JAG, Culp's career grew even further. He became widely recognized for playing Rex Van de Kamp on Desperate Housewives, and he also appeared in The West Wing, Star Trek Enterprise, The West Wing, and the film 13 Days, where he portrayed Robert F. Kennedy. And thankfully, Stephen Culp is still alive. Born September 3, 1955, he is 70 years old in 2026 and continues to work as an actor. His recent credits include television appearances in shows such as Suits LA and FBI International. For JAG fans, he will always be remembered as Clayton Webb, the mysterious man who could walk into a room and instantly make everyone wonder what was really going on. When Zoe McClellan joined JAG in 2001, she was a young actress who had already appeared in several television shows, including Star Trek Voyager, Diagnosis Murder, and Sliders. But JAG would give her one of her best-known roles. She played Petty Officer Jennifer Coates, a young Navy sailor who began the series with a troubled past. Over time, Coates turned her life around, became a legalman, and eventually became a trusted member of the JAG team. After JAG ended in 2005, McClellan continued acting. She appeared in Dirty Sexy Money, then became a series regular on NCIS New Orleans, where she played Special Agent Meredith Brody. She later appeared in Designated Survivor as White House counsel Kendra Danes. Her most recent acting credits date to 2019, and she has largely stepped away from acting since then. Zoe McClellan is still alive. Born November 6, 1974, she is 51 years old in 2026. For JAG fans, she will always be remembered as Jennifer Coates, the young sailor who turned a difficult beginning into a story of growth, determination, and second chances. Before JAG, Randy Vasquez had already been acting for years, with roles in television shows such as Acapulco HEAT and Knots Landing. He also appeared in films, including Beverly Hills Cop. In 1999, he joined JAG as Gunnery Sergeant Victor "Gunny" Galindez, bringing a tougher, more grounded military presence to the series. Gunny was a Marine with combat experience, strong loyalty, and a serious sense of duty. He became an important part of the JAG team, especially as the stories increasingly dealt with military operations and the war on terror. After JAG, Vasquez continued acting and also moved further into directing and producing. He worked on documentaries and continued appearing in television, including Bosch, NCIS, Fatal Attraction, and Running Point. And thankfully, Randy Vasquez is still alive. Born October 16, 1961, he is 64 years old in 2026 and remains active in the entertainment industry. For JAG fans, he will always be remembered as Gunny Galindez, the tough Marine whose loyalty and courage made him one of the show's most memorable supporting characters. Before JAG, Chuck Carrington was a young actor who had only just begun building his career with small appearances on shows like Melrose Place and Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. Then, in 1997, he joined JAG as Petty Officer Jason Tyner, the trusted assistant to Admiral A.J. Chegwin.
Tyner brought a younger and lighter energy to the JAG headquarters. He handled important duties, delivered messages, helped keep the office running, and sometimes provided a little humor during the show's more serious moments. But Tyner's story was also about ambition. Over the years, viewers watched him grow from a young Navy assistant into someone determined to build a bigger future for himself. He eventually left JAG after graduating from law school and being accepted into officer candidate school. After leaving JAG in 2003, Carrington continued acting, although he became much less visible on television. He appeared in projects including The List, White Collar, Blue Bloods, Shameless, and The Glades. More recently, he was credited as an actor, writer, and producer on Cowboy Drifter. And thankfully, Chuck Carrington is still alive. Born May 24, 1968, he is 58 years old in 2026. While he has kept a relatively low profile compared with some of his former JAG co-stars, his work continues to be remembered by longtime fans. For JAG viewers, Jason Tyner will always be the young Navy man who started behind the scenes, grew with the team, and eventually stepped forward to pursue his own future. Before JAG, Harrison Page had already built a long career in television and film. He had been acting since the late 1960s and became especially recognizable from shows like CPO Sharky and Sledgehammer before joining JAG. In 1997, Page became Rear Admiral Styles Morris, one of the highest-ranking officers at JAG headquarters. His character represented authority, discipline, and the weight of military justice. He often stood across from Harm and the other lawyers, reminding them that their courtroom decisions had consequences far beyond the case itself. Page appeared in 22 episodes across several seasons. After JAG, Harrison Page continued working as a character actor. He appeared in shows including ER, Ally McBeal, CSI, Grey's Anatomy, and Better Things. And thankfully, Harrison Page is still alive. Born August 27, 1941, he is 84 years old in 2026. His career has lasted more than 5 decades, making him one of those actors whose face has quietly appeared across generations of television. For JAG fans, he will always be remembered as Admiral Styles Morris, the powerful voice of military authority who helped make the world of JAG feel real. Before JAG, Nancy Chambers was building her acting career with smaller television roles and guest appearances. She was still a relatively young actress when she joined the series in the late 1990s. On JAG, she played Lieutenant Lauren Singer, a smart and ambitious Navy lawyer. Singer wasn't always easy to trust, and her complicated personality brought a different kind of tension to the JAG team. Chambers appeared in more than 20 episodes between 1997 and 2003. After JAG, Nancy Chambers became much less active in front of the camera. She continued working behind the scenes as a producer and largely stepped away from acting. Her life also remained closely connected to JAG. She married her co-star David James Elliott in 1992, before the series became a major success, and they have 2 children. And thankfully, Nancy Chambers is still alive. Born October 1, 1963, she is 62 years old in 2026 and has maintained a much more private life than many of her former co-stars. For longtime JAG viewers, Lauren Singer may have been a complicated character, but Nancy Chambers' performance made her unforgettable. Before JAG, Tracy Needham was already building her acting career, appearing in television shows including Jake and the Fat Man, J.J. Starbuck, and Life Goes On. When JAG premiered in 1995, she became one of the original stars of the series, playing Lieutenant Meg Austin. Meg was a young Navy lawyer who worked alongside Harm during the show's first season. Her character was intelligent, determined, and deeply committed to military justice. Although Tracy Needham left JAG after the first season, she continued acting in television for many years. She appeared in shows such as CSI, Crime Investigation, The Division, Veronica Mars, and The Last Harbor. Over time, however, she became much more private and appeared less frequently on screen. The good news is that Tracy Needham is still alive. Born on March 28, 1967, she is 59 years old in 2026. For longtime JAG fans, she will always be remembered as Meg Austin, the original female JAG lawyer who stood beside Harm at the very beginning of the series.